Oh, what's going on? I should put this in. Oh, now we can hear it. I gotta get a new song for this intro. Although it's fun. I moved the camera up. I don't know if I like it. I have a giant cranium. I'm serious. I like physically I have a way too big of a head. It's like in the top 1%. Which is not what I want to be in necessarily. Let's put it this way. I have a real problem buying hats. It's a hat thing, and I need to fix that. Hi, everybody. I forgot to bring up my my commenting thing. All right. Now it's here. Already the stuff's coming in. All right, so we're talking about movie soundtracks today. We're already getting in. Obviously, we got a vote for Pulp here. Thank you, Charlene. Judgment Day soundtrack 15 years ago. Since the name doesn't come up on here, I'm assuming it's Dan. Let me know, because there's just a thing in the settings. I don't know. I can't see your name. But if it's Dan, let me know. Yeah, so, one of the things with these lives, I do these because, I like to. And then also keeps me loose. Keeps me doing what I try to do. And I did a live a couple days ago, and I enjoyed it. It was pretty much, I gave like on-topic and off-topic topic suggestions. And and we just talked about just random stuff, and I really like doing it. So I decided to pick a topic. I'm passionate about this topic for a couple of reasons. And yes, it is. What's up, brother? Is two things. One, I love movies, and one of my favorite jobs, other than this one, is when I worked at a movie theater, at Famous Players Movie Theater here in Oakville. So especially 90s, like that's my jam. Being Gen X and all that. And then so I love movies and I love music. So it was a great. Hello, Ingrid. Ingrid, I forgot to say thank you to you at the end of the last live. You were very helpful and contributed a lot. So thank you and welcome back. So this is why I like talking about this type of stuff is reasons. So, people are already coming in with some classics. Don's got Top Gun. Jeremy's just going to go for the intro for the Spider-Man series. Well done. Okay. That's dedication. So yeah, this is, in this world where there's different types of movie soundtracks, right? There's different types. There's the score, a soundtrack where where it's wonderfully and symphonic and it just adds incredible emotion to the movie, like any music does when it's done right. And then you have compilation soundtracks like a Pulp Fiction and Reservoir Dogs. Top Gun. Now, I don't know, like when you bring up Top Gun, I'll get to Top Gun in a second. But then you have ones that are just like, there's also original songs by existing bands and artists that are made for a soundtrack. So I think singles had some of a combination of both. And then you have like Top Gun. So I don't know. Was Danger Zone written for the soundtrack, or was it on a Kenny Loggins album already? Man, Kenny and his soundtrack, right? Like it's just like Footloose and Top Gun. Like that, there's your top two kind of soundtracks for a lot of people, especially the demographic that is also like my demographic and older, because it's like, Footloose. You talk about like iconic movies and movie soundtracks, and that's where it's like, it's also dependent on your age. We have certain impressionable years, and in our developing years, you remember them so fondly. So any like 90s music and movies to me is like everything, because I was 15 in 1990. So, my prime years, depending on who you, if you ask my mom, it was not my prime years, but my prime years and the impressionable years of music was, huge. So these movies would come out. And it was interesting because like movie soundtracks were a certain thing for a while, and then they became really popular and less. And then you have like Bodyguard and, like Bodyguard and Titanic. Bodyguard is one of the best. I think Bodyguard is I think I have it here somewhere. Let's do this. Let me find out who the. Okay, let's go from here first. Okay, so let's get some bass going here. I'm gonna bring up my screen because you're all pulling in some. I was not expecting Indiana Jones, so well done. Rocky classic. Steven says 90s Garden State. Nice. So I'm gonna pull up a screen here. And Ingrid's got Lord of the Rings. Yeah, see, like soundtracks like that, like they're just epic. Lord of the Rings soundtracks and Game of Thrones. You know, the I just got chills. Like it's just like that's how powerful. And if you've never read the book, This Is Your Brain on Music, I highly, highly recommend it. It is a fascinating, phenomenal read. So I'm gonna pause in here. Let's see. We don't want my Spotify, although hey, there's some soundtrack songs on there actually right now. Let me get into this. All right, let's find out. Yeah, and Eric says here, any Disney movie, which, yeah, it's almost like they have a category of their own. Like you put on Lion King, get out, you know. And brought up Moana and Tangled, but can't rip on those. They're incredible soundtracks too. Hercules, like Phil Collins comes in and just, you know, makes the soundtrack 10 times better than the movie. And I love the movie. It's just epic. So like, it's almost like who's royalty of soundtracks too, where you got Celine, Whitney, but also who's played across, you know, other movies too. Like Bryan Adams was like the soundtrack guy, you know, between Everything I Do to the one for Three Musketeers, which was Rod Stewart, Sting, and Bryan Adams. Like, it's just like, come on. Like, Brian's got to be up there. I don't like Brian anymore, but he makes some great soundtracks and some great stuff, and Canadian. All right, let's look at these. So obviously there's Purple Rain, so I don't know how you even argue with that. So we got so this is the most selling, so it's also a little biased to today because obviously we don't have the same units in the way that we sell. I know we have digital levels for it. So the Bodyguard, obviously number one selling soundtrack of all time. Most of us knew that. Saturday Night Fever is number two. I have not seen Saturday Night Fever. My John Travolta is pretty much Pulp Fiction and above. But I credit to it. Purple Rain, 13 million. See, I do have a little bit of beef with the Bodyguard soundtrack and Purple Rain because it's literally Prince. It's a Prince album. I greatly celebrate it. Like the album Purple Rain is like, how epic is that? The entire album was also a movie, kind of, in theory. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's also incredible. I have not taken anything away from those two incredible, you know, musicians and talents. But wow. And so, yeah, so we got things like this. There's Do the Right Thing. Good call. Good to see you again. Footloose. The Graduate. A little before Enya. Yep. I'll take the Enya. Most 90 Disney movie. Yep. Lord of the Rings. Yeah, same thing. Everybody's coming in with some stuff. And then see Dirty Dancing. Right, so it's like the iconic ones of like 80s to 90s, the Dirty Dancing, the Footloose, those type of things. Like I would throw in Lawnmower Man as one of the best ones, and the Beavis and Butthead movie soundtrack was like 99 Ways to Die and Megadeth and stuff on there, and that you had Beavis and Butthead doing little bits between the songs. It was and talking about each song. Like that was for 20-year-old me. That was everything. I think I was 20. Gump, yeah, I forgot about how good Gump's soundtrack is. I should probably move myself over. I'll move this over a little bit so we can all see. I think, no, I didn't do it right. I have to move me over. All right, let's go here. There we go. Forrest Gump. That is a great soundtrack. There's Dirty Dancing, 11 million units. Titanic, 11 million. I thought Titanic was higher than that, but obviously the movie also made a whole bunch. And then there's this whole thing of movie soundtracks, that the movie soundtrack was better than the movie itself. And I actually have the winner of this. So there's a lot of movies out there where like the soundtracks I remember and the movies were so forgettable that I didn't. So like I think City of Angels was one of them. I think City of Angels had like Goo Goo Dolls' Iris on it and stuff. So it was like soundtrack, but it was also on their album. Also one of the most iconic songs of the like mid 90s, obviously. Karen says with Fave, "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?" I actually have not seen "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?" Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? And I think I've done myself a very big disservice, so I need to see that. And yeah, see Don, exactly, singles. That's why I got it in the was in the picture for this live coming up. And that's so. There's a couple of them. City of Angels was a forgettable film, and then but for me, so you can all keep bringing yours, but since this is my live, I'm bringing mine up. This to me is as Dan said earlier on in the live. This to me, this. Where's am I going? Yeah, this to me is the greatest soundtrack of all time, by far. By far, this is the best soundtrack of all time. Why? I'm glad you asked. The reason why Judgment Night is the best soundtrack of all time is multiple reasons. One, the age I was at when it came out, loving a bunch of these groups. Okay. Two, it made up for going to see the movie. It was terrible. It was like Dennis Leary and Emilio Estevez, I think, and somebody else. And yeah, hang on a second. Yeah, props, Eric. Space Jam, first Space Jam, by the way. I'll take the Monstars any day, any day. Hit 'em high, hit 'em high, hit 'em high, hit 'em high, hit 'em low, hit 'em low, hit 'em low, hit 'em low. Ooh, 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 ooh! I gotta pull up. I gotta listen to that song again. Right? It's in my veins again. Oh my goodness, Busta's in that. Who else is in that? Is Method in that too? I can't remember who is. LL, because you remember in the video, LL's like not with everybody else, so you know he didn't make the shoot. Is it LL, Method, and Busta, and somebody? I guess I have the power to look this up, right? All right, Judgment Night. Give me a second. We're going to go back here, and we're going to go. Let's see here. I got Above the Rim pulled up here. Incredible soundtrack. Let me see. Monstars. Hit 'em high. We have now taken over your radio. Oh, Coolio! How did I forget about Coolio? Who was also on one of the other best soundtracks, which is A Dangerous Mind. And that was, Gangsta's Paradise. That was, the video had Coolio and Michelle Pfeiffer in it. So that was crazy good, right? Yeah. That's right, Diana? Yeah, right? Who doesn't want to talk about Coolio? Jeremy, how dare you think I forgot about Ghostbusters? I was going to get to Ghostbusters, but Ray Parker Jr. says, what's up? It's amazing, yeah. Just who are you going to call? I read that music that is in your veins the most occurs when your hormones are raging the most. Yeah, it would be the mid-90s, yeah. And also, since I'm at Allison, let's not go to that point. Yeah, so this... Oh, and I had, that's okay, Busta, Method, Coolio, LL, and Be Real's in it, too. Ugh. I've done such a disservice to those people. What a great, great song. I actually love listening to that song, and then I listen to Ghetto Superstar, Praz, and Maya, and ODB. I love that. It's one of the favorite songs of all time. And between those two, it's great. Can we get your beard its own show? See if I can put it in the beard. Yeah, this beard's getting out of hand. It's like it's forming its own curls now at this point, so it's okay. You should see my hair. It goes down to like... we're not getting down to the belly button yet, but we're getting close. And Alan says The Matrix had a decent soundtrack. Yeah, I agree. No argument there. Okay, hang on a second. Before I keep going, Don just brought in one I totally forgot. Oh my goodness, what a soundtrack. And what a movie, too. Rest in peace. Young Mr. Lee. Phenomenal soundtrack. And one of the... And I hope you agree with me, Don, on this one. One of the best movies I remember from that era that not only had the best music, but between the music, the cinematography, the editing, and the color palette they used, like, talk about a movie setting a mood. I think it was one of the first times I realized that just about a movie mood. Like, when you as you get older, you start noticing different things. Like right now, I notice lyrics much more in songs, like deeper than like before, like kind of on the surface. Like that was what it did for me. We got a whole list here from Michael. We got favorite soundtracks, Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Yeah, that's good. Very true. Social Network. Ooh, yeah, Trent. When I heard Trent was doing the soundtrack, that was it. That was it. And Life Aquatic. I have not heard that one. I have not seen Life Aquatic, so I need to try that. Good calls. Are you still running Ecamm Live? That is exactly where I'm coming to you from right now. I'm using Ecamm through Restream. So, back to why I think this is the greatest soundtrack of all time. And then I'll get back to yours again in a moment. And speaking of soundtracks, I told the kids I didn't want anything for Christmas because that's what dads do. But they know. They know. Like, they got me this. How much do my kids love me? It makes me so... Every day I drink coffee out of this, it makes me happy. So, here we go. Bad movie. Great soundtrack. Okay? Incredible lineup of talent, of musicians. But also, one of the first times for me, so in my memory, I don't have a whole list of everybody or every time has done this, that hip-hop and metal fused together. Now, we still have Aerosmith, Run DMC, Walk This Way, which predated this, and a few other kind of angles. We had Anthrax and Public Enemy with Bring the Noise, which I know off by heart. Anytime you want to karaoke that, you let me know. And this is the first time really that a thing was just the potential of what could be done in music blew my mind. Blew my mind. If you have not listened to this and you are a fan of rock/metal or hip hop, rap, R&B, just listen because it'll take you anywhere you want to go. Okay? You've got Helmet and House of Pain. And this is House of Pain right at their peak. And if you don't know House of Pain, we have a problem. But House of Pain, obviously, Everlast went on to do his own thing and became the singer-songwriter style that would do, what it's like. And he's all decked out again. I saw him on an interview recently. It's great. I should put this over where I'm looking, right? Yeah, that's good. So Helmet and House of Pain. And I think I know about half these. So Helmet, Just Another Victim, which is split into two. The song is split into two. And a lot of these songs, one part of it does the instrumental and one part does the vocals. So sometimes it's a heavy metal vocal with kind of the hip-hop style, but a lot of times it is the hip-hop artist over the metal music. I have listened to this album so many... this is the most listened album I've ever had. I had it on CD. I had it on, it's on Spotify. When it came on Spotify, I freaked out. So Teenage Fan Club De La Soul is just a groove you want to sit back to. Living Color and Run DMC is glorious. If you don't know Living Color, get on that. Cult of Personality, Letter to the Landlord is called, I think it's called The Letter, maybe Letter to the Landlord. Glamour Boys, just such a good group. Sonic Youth and Cypress Hill, what a great mix. Sonic Youth being the indie favorite band of the 90s pretty much. May have been Mother Love Bone too. Biohazard and Onyx. Onyx, Slam. Da-da-da. Da-da-da. That song goes so hard. So hard. It's unbelievable. Faith No More, Booyah Tribe goes harder. Harder. You got Mike Patton in the background doing this. And then Booyah Tribe comes in and just kicks your ass. Slayer and Ice-T. Do I have to say anything else except it's Slayer and Ice-T? Picture what you think, just in your what you think that would sound like. That's what it sounds like, but better. And then Mudhoney and Sir Mix-a-Lot is one of the most fun songs I think I've listened to in that decade. Every single song on this thing is money. Every single song, right? Exactly, Michael, right? Broke down so many barriers. Yeah. Me too. Right? Me. It wears down. You don't have the track list anymore. Yes. And then I would get like the CD through Columbia House or whatever it was. But that's where this album opened up the world of possibility to me after the Run DMC Aerosmith, after the Anthrax and Public Enemy Bring the Noise. And it was just like, this is what I can listen to this too. Like there's a both, and then it introduces you to both the genres as well. I'm telling you. I would give a special mention to the Higher Learning soundtrack. That is just something else. There is I'm going to pull it up here. So let me pull it up on my screen so we can go through it. Let's see. All right, let's pull this up. All right, let's go to Higher Learning for a second. Higher Learning is where we got the screenshot that I got this tattoo from as well. So I really do have a special spot in my heart for this. So let's look at Higher Learning. Ooh, what am I doing zoom it for? All right, peaking at number 39 on the Billboard and top 9 on the top hip-hop R&B albums. All right, Higher, great song. And I love in between the songs, they pull in quotes from the movie. Take care, Don. Right? Great song. Yeah, good stuff. You have a great weekend, too. You've got... stop doing that, Scott. I'm sorry. So you have Tori Amos, track 6 there, covering Losing My Religion by R.E.M. And it is haunting. Haunting. Well, most things Tori does are haunting. Her voice is captivating to me. Her and Tori Amos and a piano. Haunting. Great song by Outkast too, Phobia. Year of the Boomerang by Rage. What a song. But my favorite song on this album, although I really liked I by Yves Plum as well, is Butterfly by Tori Amos. It just flutters around in my soul. It is such a gorgeous song. Such a gorgeous song. So yeah. So there is your couple of the soundtrack ones, and really it's that these movies do stuff, and it's funny because like I being 46 years old, and you know, I think the rule is supposed to be you're supposed to kind of be closed off to music, and stuff, but there's been some stuff recently as well I've really loved soundtrack wise, and my first one is obviously here. I'm telling you, Deadpool 2 soundtrack. It is everything you want. Everything you want in a soundtrack. I'm going to pull it up here so you can see. Shout out to fellow Canadian Ryan Reynolds. What's up? Deadpool 2 soundtrack. I didn't put it in right. It's got to be captivating for you right now. I'm sorry. Okay. Let's go through this. Deadpool 2. Oh, get out of here. I can shrink you down and put you in the corner, but I won't. All right. Goodbye. Let's look at this. And Scott, would you scroll properly? Thank you. All right. So, where's my track list? There we go. Well, no, I want the list of the songs. There we go. Okay. So we got Ashes, which is a wonderful, wonderful song. I have it. Literally, I have it here on my relax mix. It's literally queued up right here. But right now it's playing. It was Shallow, Lady Gaga, and Mr. Cooper. Talk about soundtracks. Then they got Welcome to the Party, Diplo with French Montana and Lil Pump. That song, I put it in the car and it's game over. Nobody Speak is one of my favorite Run the Jewels songs, although that is DJ Shadow, but still Run the Jewels. In Your Eyes, come on, Peter Gabriel, soundtrack of our generation. Take on Me, listen to me very closely. if you're watching right now, and the 7 of you that are watching or that are watching the recording, do yourself a favor. If you know Take On Me by Aha, if you are my generation-ish or older, look, if you grew up and you heard Take On Me by Aha, and you still will put it up for best music video of all time, I will still give it top 5. That you listen to this cover. This is from their MTV Unplugged. And I love, like, Aha. The thing about Aha is people think they're a one-hit wonder. Aha is giant. And if you're watching from Europe, I assume you know that. But like here they had, Take On Me and the Sun Always Shines on TV, and then not much. These guys, they're legends. They're legends. And they did this. This has to be, between this and Ashes, Celine Dion, are my most listened to songs on my Relax mix. That and Freya Ridings and Emily's Hyundai. Okay, a lot of them, but still. But this one, it is so beautifully done. The voice is so beautiful. It's acoustic. And they're so kind during it. Their thank yous at the end. And this is like, yep, it just gives me the feels. If I could turn back time, Cher, I don't know how you don't want to listen to that. 9 to 5 Dolly, come on. All Out of Love, classic. We Belong, Pat Benatar. Are you serious? Like, and then Bangarang and then Mutant Convoy tomorrow, and Bangarang. So it's just jamming. And there's a super deluxe cut. Anyway, so I mad respect to the Deadpool soundtracks, and that's got to cost you bucks. It's got to, and that's why it's in Deadpool 2, probably more, more money for the sequel, because the first one only took a decade or two to get out on a fixed budget, as they say. But that is incredible and greatly used in the song, and really works well. And yes, Don, Reservoir Dogs, exactly. Doom, 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 doom. You are listening to KVB Radio. Behemoth. Like, it's again, I love the soundtracks that mix the movie into it too. You know, they did that with Higher Learning. They do that with the Beavis and Butthead. They do that with Reservoir Dogs. But it's not like it's like he's like a DJ. It's so great. Right is phenomenal song, and even better video for it. Eric, have you heard the new Bo Burnham stand-up special, Inside? Great soundtrack. I have not. Allison says I really should watch it. I have not. I'm not a Bo fan. I don't hate him either. I just don't watch Bo much. You know, I didn't like his really earlier stuff. It just wasn't for me. But I heard this one's much, much better. So as Allison knows, it takes me probably 2 to 6 months for a recommendation to float into my brain more. So yeah, I'll get there eventually. Yeah, KVB Super Sounds of the 70s, Don. That's right. So great. Yeah, so great. And then they pull in the quote from the movie, you know, with Harvey Keitel, like, I'm hungry, let's go get a taco. Like, that's great. My buddies and I say that to each other all the time. No, I don't like people. Also coming up, just like trailers and stuff using them. I loved Something in the Way, Nirvana, for the Batman new one coming out with Robert Pattinson. Perfectly used trailer with songs. I'm also a huge, you look for that, the perfect music for the trailer. Like, trailers are an art form itself. That's a job. People make trailers, and it's because they're different. You know, you have a very fixed set of time, and you gotta bring the emotions up and this kind of big crescendo and everything else. And then, but also, I don't really understand. Maybe you all can help me. The trailer before the trailer. Like, if you watch a trailer on YouTube now, it's like 5 seconds of crazy action, and then it says, "Here's the trailer." And it's like, I guess I'm old. I just play the trailer. That's what I just want to watch the trailer. Yeah, don't spoil the big blow up or the explosion or tense scene. Build it in the trailer, not pre-trailer for the trailer. That's a trailer for a trailer. Don't stop that. Stop that right now. What else did I have down here for soundtracks? High Learning. See, and Titanic, everybody brings it up. Everybody will say it, and I agree with it. Of course. Right? Like, it really, like, there was something, especially the first one. Right, Alan? Like, the first one came out, right? It was just like this doom, 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 doom. And it was just this. And then you had this, and then just, like, looking up. And it's just so, I clapped. Not on the like the trailer was great. I loved it, and Batman just like taking down the guy and like I'm vengeance and like all this stuff. But the strum at the start, amazing. I have a confession for you, Michael, and everybody watching right now. You know what I'm going to say, right? I haven't seen Scott Pilgrim. I think that's worse than what I admitted to before not watching. That may be worse. We can talk about movies and soundtracks and movies I haven't seen. I haven't seen Scott Pilgrim. I haven't seen The Princess Bride. I'm sorry. I know. I haven't seen so many classics. So I haven't seen almost any classics that predate me. I haven't seen Gone with the Wind. I haven't seen It's a Wonderful Life. I haven't seen like Fiddler on the Roof. Like, and you're getting the musicals. And also musicals are like a technicality with movies because if they're musicals, they're kind of baked in. But I got to see Scott Pilgrim. I'm a huge fan of that type of stuff. And yeah, right. See, I know. But hey, Mark. Yeah, so I got to see that. I do. I think I have it. Like I think I have it on Blu-ray or something here. And I just haven't. And I know. And all I got is time right now. I gotta watch it right now. I don't feel like it. I will eventually. I'll get there. I just ain't watching it right now. I also have Sucker Punch. I don't know if anybody's seen Sucker Punch, but I literally have Sucker Punch Blu-ray in like a steel case. I got like a special edition of it. Still haven't watched it. Rob says Romeo and Juliet or Scream. Oh, nice job. I forgot about Scream soundtrack. Really got it. Romeo and Juliet with epic. Yeah, epic soundtrack. You know, like about Ingrid? Ingrid's always positive. I appreciate that. Yeah, and it's high school, right? Really is high school. Look, I got like YouTube spam on here. It's amazing. This is amazing. I have my first my first spam. This is amazing. I got like YouTube spam on my page. This is amazing. I won't read to you what's coming through, but that's awesome. Weird. All right, I blocked him. I can block him through an app, so I'm good. But odd. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, and this is why do we both own it and neither have watched it? I'm really good at collecting those things. Like, I used to do it with like DVDs and then Blu-rays. I also have some HD DVDs here, with the brown case. I made my guess and my bet. I was wrong. I didn't have any say in the VHS versus beta debate. Yeah. And then I just do Columbia House, right? For a penny or $1 or whatever it was. And that was it. Yeah. Bachelor Rooms, Romeo and Juliet was my happy place before any play I was in as a drama nerd back in the day. Yeah, that's true, right? And that affects it too, right? Where your influence and then also what other people listen to. And for me, my main influence for music, it was like a lot of people, right? Your siblings. It was my older brother, Chris, was like, he got me into metal and everything too. And you have an HD DVD player and a dozen movies too. Yeah, right? I had the external Xbox 360 HD DVD player, I believe. that we did. You want to go in the garage and do karate. So I had the HD DVD. And so I have like Heat and Casino, like in like VHS, DVD, HD DVD, and Blu-ray. I celebrated, a lot of De Niro's catalog. And that's you have the Xbox. That's the only one I knew of. Like, that's the only player I knew of was the HD DVD player. If you don't know, I'm gonna go grab one. Let's see if I have one out here. Hang on, just give me a second. I'm gonna say something here. Hang on, I gotta put something on the. All right, let's do this. All right. Okay, everybody. So, Ingrid, since you're the kindest here, you're in charge for a second. All right, I'm back. Thank you, Ingrid, for holding down the fort. Why didn't you answer? Ingrid was asking you. I found one. I found an HD DVD, but it's not. it's not Heat or Casino. Come on, there you go. HD DVD of Tremors. And it includes the making of Tremors, star profiles of Kevin Bacon, Michael Gross, and Reba McEntire, and outtakes and more. Right? Tremors. So this is the HD DVD. So if you weren't around for this battle, it was HD versus Blu-ray of who was going to be able to take over the next high-def world. And you had all these sign-up things that you got to do with it, and the disc could hold, more data instead of multi-disc kind of things we'd have, like for when we bought like Schindler's List and stuff. You had multi-discs for it as well. So yeah, I lost the guess of the bet. Oh, right. So Rob was a former Blockbuster video employee. So yes, I also owned a Laserdisc player and 20 discs. That's the only thing I don't have Laserdiscs. That's the one thing I avoided as well. Somewhere in Time is an excellent soundtrack. As is Weber, Phantom of the Opera. I adore Phantom of the Opera, Michelle. I've seen it 6 times in person. Watched the movie 4 times. And I know every note. So yes, I agree. Rob says, I keep stopping into Value Village in hopes I find a standalone HD DVD player. I saw one at Sally Ann before owning a single disc and balked at it. Yeah, I think I still have ours. I'm not sure, though. Alan says, darn, I'm going to spend the weekend revisiting my teenage and early 20s memories through my own life soundtrack mix. That's your fault, Scott. Yeah, right? You should just make whatever you listen to music on, just make a list of your favorite soundtracks. I'm telling you, it's going to get your brain going. Amazingly. And Rob says, I have a double of an HD DVD. I think it's Brad Pitt's Troy. And any interest if I were to? I don't have much use for the HD DVDs, but I appreciate it. And I think it was Troy. Troy was really long. Alan says, I still own Starship Trooper. Oh, that's unfortunate. DVD that's double-sided, so halfway through the movie, you still have to flip the disc. And you know what? Actually, I shouldn't rip it. I haven't seen it. So if it's great, I should watch it. That's amazing. So yeah. So it's a great, and that's why I was also, one of my, I told you my favorite jobs is when I was a young and was the movie theater. It's because of movies. And every time I walked in, it's like you hear the soundtracks and you wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. All right. That's good enough for the day. I like talking about soundtracks. I hope you did too. And I got to talk. Get outside of my basement for a minute. And I left all the lights on. What am I doing? I'm supposed to be let me see if this makes a difference. I forgot. I had it off before. Oh, also, this shirt is Live True, Be Happy, Promote Love. It's from Promote Love Company, founded by the incredible Steph Grant. It's the person who took some incredible photos for us that we now use for a lot of our promotion, and she's also a wonderful human. Yeah, that did it, right? Now I look professional. Yeah, Blues Brothers. It has to be a good soundtrack. It's Blues Brothers, of course. And if I like cheesy sci-fi, I'd like Starship Troopers. Okay. Hey, if it's the same director as Robocop, like the original Robocop, right? Because I have not seen the reboot of Robocop, nor do I plan to. Again, unless you think it's great, but I have my original thought of Robocop in my head, and I'm being the older person and saying that's the way it should be. Why are we changing it? But I'll watch it if it's good. I liked, I just recently watched Dread. I don't know why it took me so long. It's one of my favorite comic books. All right. Thank you all. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for coming. Thank you to everybody for saying hey. I appreciate the back and forth. Rob and Ingrid, thank you for always kind. Michael, good seeing you again. Eric, thank you for all the comments and questions. And Don. Hey, Michael and Stefan and let's see, Don, Diana was here. Jeremy, Karen, everybody else, you know who you are. Thank you for hanging out today. Please be kind to each other. And we'll do this again. I'll do something next week probably. So if you just want to watch out for it, cool. Have as good as weekend as you can.